Yeah, there we go. Getting in frame.
What's up, everybody? We're just getting ready for our live show. About to
Yes.
start
Oh, we
it.
already got somebody watching. Hello there,
Yeah, it's
viewer.
this one.
Oh, it's you.
So I can
Dang.
respond to comments.
That makes sense.
Hello, check. Making sure everything's checking right.
It sounds pretty good so far.
Okay. You ready?
Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? It's John
And Gavin.
with Let's Open It's Podcast. Thank you for listening. We appreciate that you listen to our podcast. If you enjoy our podcast, you can actually watch us on YouTube and TikTok and all those other things. You can become a patron and talk with us. It's only $1 a month. Just go and become a ginger brute,
Gingerbread.
and that's where we post exclusive content that nobody else gets to see. Only the ginger brutes get to see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into this.
All right, a little bit light on topics for today, so we'll just get to, kind of expand on the topics we do have a little bit. We got the mom release. We had fun opening all cool.
No serialized.
No serialized. We've been on the chase for one since they've been
And-
doing them.
And I bought a box personally for myself. No serialized, but I got a bunch of pre-orders, Predators.
Some of the new flip ones and some of the older ones.
Yeah, got 2 Atraxas.
That was wild.
I had got
Double Atraxa.
yeah. I mean, the box paid for itself in the
Just
what I
comes
opened,
in,
what I opened, but it wasn't any like huge spiciness because man, we're trying to get those serialized because that's big money. Plus, cool just to have
like this one and the same thing with like the Brothers War one. You also just get like a lame, uncommon one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I saw the one in local game stores here in town. He opened a Ellis Norn
Ooh,
serialized
like
and sold
the-
it for $600.
The flip one or the original?
Original one.
Oh,
It was $600.
yeah.
And he sold it right away, like
Oh, yeah.
instantly. Like it's so
No,
crazy.
those are hot right away.
They are super crazy right now.
Yeah, it's cool. I saw somebody made a website to basically track all of the serialized cards that have been opened. So they like, if you open a serialized card, you could submit your opening to the website, and then it just kind of keeps track, like a checkbox, that this one has been found. So if you're somebody who's trying to collect like every serialized and you want like number 69,
Yeah.
then you could see if the 69 for, whatever card you're looking for, like Emoti, has been opened. Or at least if it's on that website. Because, there's always a chance that somebody who opens it, just a casual player, buys a pack at a Walmart and just it's in their collection.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And doesn't interface with the online community with Magic as much, and so it'll just forever go unfound.
Yeah.
Or unfound, in quotes.
Yeah. I really wish I could open up one of those things, especially on camera. It would be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Our luck is being saved for when we open up the One Ring on camera. And it gets 1 million views.
There's apparently this gentleman. I don't know his name, don't know who it is, don't know where they live, where they're from. What I do know is the story I've been told. The story I've been told is that if you open the One Ring, this random gentleman, like what's the guy from Jurassic Park? John Hammond.
Yeah.
This crazy John Hammond-esque figure will give you $50,000 and a trip to New Zealand to a volcano so you can throw in the One Ring in the volcano.
I would do it.
I would absolutely do it. Because then there's no more, how much is this crazy card going to cost? It's, we did it like the movie, baby. Or like the book.
For $1 million. Then we just get to 50 grand.
Yeah.
Plus a free trip to New Zealand. Okay.
Yeah, why not? It'd be cool.
I saw a little story on that, but then I didn't chase down that story. But then I don't know if it's true or not. It could be true. People have money, and they would do that just to do it.
Yeah, it would be, and what a story that would be.
It would be
and
crazy.
Then especially if You did it. You gotta go film the experience a
Oh
little bit,
yeah,
right? And then like,
yeah.
yeah, throw in the card in the. I
But
don't
it's a
know,
piece of
it's cool.
cardboard. You have to like attach it to a brick because if you
Yeah,
just threw it in
it
there,
would
it
just
it
like
just fly
fly.
away and
Yeah,
yeah, you have to attach it to a brick and
and
throw
then
it.
somebody can find it.
Yeah. Be smart. If you listen to this podcast, make sure you attach it to a brick.
Yes.
Yeah. So the mom set, pretty cool. Has some cool cards in it.
I feel like it's a little lower powered than Phyrexia Obi-Wan
Yes.
in terms of like just kind of average power
Yeah.
card.
The only thing that's good about this is they had that multiverse where they
Yeah,
like
those are
reprinted.
really cool looking, and that's part of the serialized thing.
That's
But
that's
it's
the that's the only powerful. But like the new stuff that actually came in the new stuff, I don't think the Predators were as good
no.
as before.
Well, and they flip into sagas, and sagas are in a real weird place kind of in the game because they're really slow.
Yeah.
So they don't really see competitive play. They see some commander play, and now there's kind of a saga commander, so you can do some stuff with them. And they're decent. Every now and again it's fine to include one here and there, and you just let it tick up to 3, and then you get your thing, and then that's it.
Yeah.
To me, the coolest new thing is the battles. Like we a whole new card type.
Yep.
And that's really really sweet. They don't do new card types very often. Like the last new card type that I mean, so they had new subtypes when they did the legendary spells, like instant and sorceries, kind of. They had legendary enchantments, I think, and then legendary instants and sorceries with Dominaria, like when the 2015 era Dominaria, 2018, no, more like 2018 era Dominaria, whenever that set came out. They did those like legendary things, and I also think that was the first set to do sagas, but that was not a new card type, really, because they were just enchantment subtype saga. But the battles are all own new card types, so all of your Lurgoyfs tick up an extra one now.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, that was mom. Like we can do market. Like I got the stuff pulled up here. If you like the real spice right now is somebody's trying to sell like an Atraxa Predator's voice serialized for $1,200.
Eee.
Then it goes down to $600. But if we actually go to the actual set itself, uh, the most expensive card is Jin Contaxious, and it's a serialized numbered. Oh wait, no, Elish Norn is $23. So there's a huge price difference in the serialized, obviously, and the multi legends than the actual set itself. The actual set itself, the cards are not that expensive because on the power level, I don't think they're that great.
Yeah, and I don't think standard's that hot right now. I've heard the format is good, but just I don't know if that many people are playing it. I know again it's been years and years and years since I played standard. Well, my collection is actually recovering a little bit. We've got I'm only down 1% or 1.19% now overall. Let's see. Biggest loser here is technically the cube, down 5% still, but that also has the most cards. Stacks is still the biggest. Well, is Stacks the biggest win? Oh no, technically the Zalathiel deck is the biggest win, but that's not even accurate.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's just been so much fun. The Lathiel deck.
93%.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
I built the list on this app, and we were doing the low price, so I changed my phone to set low on the price display. Now I switched it back to marketplace, so the current value marketplace wise is 60 or 58. So it's like,
Yeah.
this still is crazy to me with this Towering deck. It's $73.
Yeah.
And I actually now you want to talk about actually spent $25? I actually spent like $30 on that.
Oh, nice.
Like back in the day, because that one is all chaff. It is mostly just commons.
Nice. Yeah, so good stuff. What else is next?
Let's see. Big deck.
Big deck, yes.
So
So
we
this
need
is
to introduce you to a hot new Magic the Gathering format.
this is the greatest format, hands down. Changed my mind uh, ever. I think it's great. You play with, like, say, 1,000 cards. Okay, just take 1,000 cards, shuffle them up real good, place them in 3 separate piles. Okay, then you can draw your 7 from whatever pile you want, or multiple piles, and that's how you draw, is from each pile, no matter which one you want to do. You get a land per turn
Of your choice.
of your choice.
So we have you have a stack of basic lands at the ready.
Yep. And then you just play. Like, you set your life total to commander.
Yep, 40 life.
40
and then
life.
You have shared graveyard.
That's the best part, is shared graveyard.
And shared library. So
And shared library.
Any effects that scry, put things on top, put things on the bottom.
And the best part is if you play multiple games of Big Deck,
share the graveyard in between games.
Keep the graveyard going. You don't, like, reshuffle the graveyard into the deck. You just let it go. Then when you do that, then shenanigans happen a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
So John and I did it with my... well, we actually have a deck that we've made for this called the Big Deck. It wasn't, like, designed for rhyme or reason. But if you wanted to design one, you would do it kind of like that Dan deck.
Yes.
Almost where you're, like, having things that put things on top, because putting them on top is like drawing them for yourself almost. But we have a big deck, but then we use my cube as a big deck, and that's only 500 something cards.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't need 1,000.
You don't need. Yeah. You just need a high
number.
number. 500 probably be.
I think that's definitely a good floor.
Yeah. I said 1,000 because that's the original Big Deck was.
It is 1,000.
It was 1,000 because it was just all my bulk rares.
Basically.
And we just played with all of my bulk rares, which was fun. Because then you get to play with cards that you normally wouldn't play with.
Yeah.
But
that's what's fun about the Big Deck with the cube, is they're cards you would play with.
yeah, that's true. And so our first game of this, we played a couple games, but Uro came out, right?
Yeah. So
I drew an Uro. And if you know, there's that flashback cost or escape cost when it's in the graveyard, right? So the whole game, we were just battling on who kept the Uro.
Like, all right, I gotta destroy the Uro, and then I didn't leave mana up to escape it again.
And that was like the first game the second game we played, we had Uro, and it was in the graveyard. And the third game we played, Gavin wasn't thinking about
No,
but I was. So on turn 2, I escaped Uro. Boom, turn 2 Uro, in the Big Deck, and it was just so much fun. And no exile cards came up.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, he died. Oh, I'm gonna escape him. Keeping that mana open all the time, just in case.
Gotta have that green, blue.
Yep. Just in case he dies, you just escape him. And he has that enter the battlefield abilities and triggers all the time. Oh, it was great stuff.
Getting in life, drawing cards, playing an additional land. Oh, and in fact, the first time on Uro, you got to get the additional land, but anytime afterwards you didn't. You have to house roll a few things as they come up. Like so my cube has fetch lands in it, and for those if you draw a fetch land, you just get to discard it and draw a new card.
Yeah, the
utility lands, like I have some life lands or scry lands, those you usually do, and they take your land for turn, so you don't get a normal land that turn if you want to play those. But fetch lands and the shock lands, I was like, if you just discard them, draw a new card.
Yeah, because there's.
So the rules aren't like super set in stone. We're playing with it still.
But it's so much fun.
It's just a good time. It's a good way to play Magic the Gathering. It requires none of the other people to have cards, and so if you have people you've taught the game to, but they don't have cards, which usually doesn't happen. But
and you all have bulk cards, just chilling around. Slap them into a 500 card deck and play.
Yeah,
that's just. It's good stuff. It's a fun time because you get the shenanigans of like I was playing. What was that?
Oh yeah, so yesterday's game we played 3-player Big Deck. Well, one time we did it. Didn't we have like 5 or 4?
Yeah, it was like 4.
Yeah. So we've played multiplayer with it multiple times, and John and I play heads up with it too. But last night we did 3 players. John had out a Rexiel the Risen Deep, good old bulk mythic from World Wake or Zendikar.
Yeah.
One of those 2 sets. And basically when it attacks or deals combat
When it deals damage to a player,
yeah, so combat damage,
you can play an instant or sorcery from the graveyard without paying its mana cost.
and then exile it.
And then exile it. So
he did that to get back a reanimate spell, to get back a other big thing, and then eventually he got out Stormtide Leviathan.
yes.
And then in between games, he got out the Stormtide Leviathan again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great because Gavin mentioned, so both these creatures have Island Walk and Swamp Walk.
Yes. And Stormtide Leviathan, only creatures with Island Walk or flying can attack.
Yes, and then that also makes all other land types islands.
Yes.
So, and then Gavin's like, those are the only 2 cards in my cube that have Island Walk.
Yep.
And John had them.
Both.
And it was over. This guy was over here making bloated rats or pack rats, just making them like crazy.
Every turn I was drawing a card. I'm like, it's either a board wipe or a pack rat. Oh, it's a pack rat. Oh, it's a pack rat.
Yeah.
I just kept drawing duds.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And they couldn't attack. They couldn't do anything. So it was great. I won. It was awesome.
Just smashed in.
And then I picked up that Mother's Hornet or whatever.
Oh yeah, a Hornet Queen.
Hornet Queen. So I had a bunch of like little insect hornets with Death Touch just in case. Like I was just it was good stuff. It was
Still
good
just sitting on the table.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like it. Highly recommend it.
It's a premier way to play Magic the Gathering. It's also very easy to play if you are enjoying other states of mind.
Yes. Okay, so that's a big deck.
D&D, still doing that every Friday or every other Friday. We didn't play last week, but the week before. We've been gifted our own Spelljammer.
Nice.
So there was an invasion of the Spelljammer Academy, and we helped stop it. We found all the evildoers, and we officially graduated the Spelljammer Academy.
Who's DMing your thing?
Nick.
Okay.
And so as we got our new Spelljammer, they're like, hey, you can stay in the Spelljamming Corps and like do missions for us. And we're like, nah, see ya. We took that ship and left. Well, we got shit to do.
Yeah, nice.
So way back when that tower shot off into space, goddamn stonky knob topper, we went and got him. Well, he was dead. By the time we got there, they ran out of oxygen.
Yeah.
Just kind of rotating in space with their wizard's tower.
Nice.
But we got the wizard tower back. We took it back to Candlekeep. We stocked up on some money, and then we headed back into the stars.
Nice.
Yes, and so we're going to the Rock of Brawl to get our ship repaired because it got pretty fucked up in the fight with the invasion.
Yeah.
So they gave us this broken ship. They're like, here you go.
Oh, nice.
And we're like, okay, so we gotta go get it fixed. And then we're gonna put a big cannon on it, I think.
Cool.
So we can blast some bitches.
Nice. I want to play D&D.
It's been a while. We should do it again.
I just want people who get into it.
Yeah.
When people don't get into it.
That is kind of the downside. You have to be committed to a role-playing game and really try to enjoy it and make the experience good for everyone at the table.
Yeah.
On to, let's see, ISS Vanguard. We had another fucking crazy session.
Oh, jeez.
And if you thought it was bad before, boy, howdy. Everybody died, basically.
Yeah, we lost
7?
Six
6 or 7
crew members. So what happened was, our mission, if you choose to accept it, which we did, was to
defend the Vanguard.
No, before that was to go to a place called Treasure Trove.
Yes, that was the objective.
Is to find this place. It's called Treasure Trove. So we're like, awesome. This is gonna be great
because we just bought more dice. Like one of our fellow players had ranked up their first character to rank 3, which is as high as they get. And we're like, wow, we're starting to really make some progress.
We're getting this. We had like
Treasure Trove.
Everybody has like 6 crew members so we can
Yep.
get things just like crank through
Research
projects,
The
manufacturing projects, recruit, whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah, we don't have any negative
we were
situations.
stacked. We were like the best way we can play this
We
game.
had so much energy,
We
too.
had so much energy, and the game was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, guess what? There is alien invaders coming towards your ship, and they are boarding. Now the mission is to defend the Vanguard. So all those command tokens we had, all that energy, all that shit we can do to like activate all our parts of the ship to build new things and get better equipment. And stuff. Nope. Had to build a defense for Vanguard. And I tell you what, the game itself was like, be prepared for a long session.
Yeah.
Because it was
that's because every time you went to a space,
yeah,
you had to listen to a log, and then that log led into another log, and then that log led into another log.
And then every time...
Which, if we were just doing that with the book, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd be lost. So they make it real helpful with the app.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, that is still the best part of that game.
Oh, yeah, the voice acting and everything is very good.
It really keeps you in the moment. Like, wow, this is the stories that's going on, and then just, man, so many people died.
Yeah, just like, because you can...
So they introduced like an interesting new mechanic this time because we were on the Vanguard. Usually when you board, we use the same like planetary exploration book that we do. It's almost kind of like Gloomhaven, if you've played that, like where your board is in the book, and then you place your minis down and play on that. So there was one spread in the book, and it's the ISS Vanguard, and different sections of it. We're like, whoa, no way. But this time they added a mechanic where, because you're on the Vanguard, all of your other crew members who usually just do work on the ship in the pre-planetary exploration portion, the ship management portion of the game, you get to send them to go solve these crises as they're coming up.
You can do it yourself or send crew members, and it tells you if you do it yourself, it's going to distract you from the main goal, and it's going to take time.
And there's no way I don't think if we
finished it just in time.
Yeah.
I think we were a turn away from losing the Vanguard.
Yeah.
So, and then when you send your crew members to go do defense of the hallway or recover the dead or whatever, you have to roll...
Stand with Nochi as she dies.
Yeah, you have to roll these dice, and that determines if your people die. And by golly, did a lot of our people die.
Yep.
I had a stack of 6 people. I'm down. I have 2.
Yeah, I think I have 3 people left.
Because, there was the other one where it's like there's so Vanguard gets away, but there's one ship still following the Vanguard and shooting missiles at it.
And then the secondary mission was called The Last Starfighter.
The Last Starfighter. And
you basically go an Admiral Holdo maneuver. And John and I hopped in, and we're like, what?
Yep. They said, your characters will die. And I'm like, here you go. Here's one.
Here's one for the memorial wall.
Yep.
Because there's a section of the ship management book that is all the people that you have that have died. And so and they give you little bonuses for having people that are dead.
Yes.
It's cool. Like the first time it lets you rebuy a crew member or rank one up. So that was a big thing. So most of my rank 2 crew members died, so I just ranked one of my remaining level 1s up.
Yeah.
Because we're still going to generate enough command tokens to...
Oh, that's the other thing.
Oh, no, we won't. Right.
No.
We're back down to like generating 2 again.
And then here's the thing. We finally beat the mission, right? And
it kept going.
It kept going, but none of our characters got to level up.
Oh, that was the biggest dick punch.
Because there was a point system, and we were 2 points from our...
Or 1. I think we were 1.
1 point away
No, we were 1 dead person away, so maybe 2 points.
Yeah.
There was but it was weird. It was like golf. You want to have a low score to get to rank 3, and like the more people you had dead, that gave you more points.
Because I took a rank 2 guy with me.
And me too.
And I was like, oh, we're gonna get a rank 3 guy out of this because we are doing a lot.
Right.
And
that was like the crazy... We had so many success tokens, which are useless now because we have all of the dice.
Yeah. Maybe we're doing the dice thing wrong. Maybe when you purchase dice, it's only supposed to be one character gets to purchase dice.
No, because it says each in the rules. Well, like, we can read it again next time. But I don't think so.
Because
that wouldn't be fair, because everybody earns the success tokens basically together.
But it's a co-op game. You got to decide who wants to get the extra dice.
Hmm.
I think because in the memorial wall, if another person dies, I've already hit 4 people.
Right. John was purposely killing the first couple people.
Yes. Because the 4th person, you get an extra dice. Now we've already bought all the dice and we got the extra dice. We have no more dice. There's a slot open for dice. That's why I think maybe we've been doing the dice thing wrong. We'll have to read it.
Because I'm pretty sure every time, because Jason reads it verbatim every time, and it's each. Like, so I don't know. We'll look at it again next week. Or in a few days, however it works.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, because I'm just saying.
We have been playing for a while, though. Like, if we actually look at sessions, this is probably like session 8 at least, maybe 10.
Yeah. And we're like still scratching the surface of the game.
Right. Yeah, that's the crazy part to me. There's a few things that we missed here and there, maybe. I almost blew the secret mission last time on accident.
Typing in the wrong log. Whoops.
Fat fingered that. And just like, boop, boop. And it's like, top secret. I'm like, oh no!
Because there's an envelope in the game that says top secret.
Which is weird, because it says it's Captain Wayman's secret mission. But now he's dead.
Well, he's not dead.
He's fucking dead, Jim.
Well, they said that
he's not long for this world.
Yeah, so maybe the next mission is, hey, he's on his deathbed. He's not going to make it. Here's the secret mission.
Interesting.
Or I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like that's got to be the climax of the game. Although that was, jeez.
The secret mission is just like Earth is doomed to just find a place and repopulate, colonize.
Interesting. That could be. Yeah, that very well could be. He does seem a little sketchy in his logs.
Yeah.
I've always been suspicious of Captain Wayman. I'm like,
I don't know, guys, but if you ever have the chance to play this with other people or buy it, highly recommend this game, ISS Vanguard.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on to movies and TV shows. We'll talk about a quick blurb about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That was a good movie. Has Nicolas Cage playing himself, Pedro Pascal not playing himself. It was very good. It's a movie about where
Nick Cage is Nick Cage,
yep.
And he gets hired by Pedro Pascal to come to his birthday party.
Yeah.
Because Nicolas Cage has not been in movies in a while.
No, he's been in a lot of movies. He's been in a lot of junk movies.
Right.
And he's massively in debt.
Right.
And so he takes his birthday party.
That's true in real life. And then they made that part of the thing.
Yeah. And then, like, these guys become friends, and they're like, let's make a movie together. And, like, the movie's the story of their shenanigans together.
And making the movie.
It
comes together at the end where they're, like, filming that movie.
Yeah. It was very good. I bought it. It was $8 on Apple iTunes.
And we got to see the meme of Pedro Pascal's luscious locks flowing in the wind.
Yep.
Like, smiling at Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Because they were on acid.
On acid, yeah. Yes.
Like, that, it was funny. There was good action, or decent action sequences.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it was, like, the world's best action movie.
Yeah.
But it was at least funny.
Yeah.
For, like, a comedy action thing, it's the best one I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah. It was very good.
I guess, I don't know. I really wouldn't call John Wick, like, comedic action.
No.
Because, like, there's some jokes, but it's also more just pedal to the metal the whole time. I wouldn't, like, put it in the same vein as John Wick.
No.
Because it wasn't really like that. It was also about...
It's a buddy comedy.
Yes.
That's what it is, buddy comedy. Like I would think like The Other Guys.
Sure.
Kind of a thing, where they're like cops, buddies.
Cop out.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. If you ever get a chance to see it.
It's a good Pedro performance. Because it was neat to see him in, like, a lighthearted one. He's always doing super serious, like...
yeah, like he plays that, like, that super fan so well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's Nicolas Cage, because he's, like, in love with him.
It has, like, this whole room of movie props.
Yeah, to Nicolas Cage. Yeah, it was good stuff. Like, he plays that.
And there's, like, the one... he has, like, a big, like, Madame Tussauds wax statue of Nicolas Cage, and there's one scene where he walks up to the glass and his face covers the face of the statue like through the case, and he's like, "This looks nothing like me," and it's just the
But then he's like, "I'll give you 20 grand for it," like
because he just wants to get rid of it. I think.
No, I think he just wants it. I don't know.
Ah, interesting. He's like, "How much did you pay for it? 15,000?" He's like, "I'll give you 20." It has the gold guns.
Yeah, the real guns.
Allegedly. Well, in the movie it was the real guns.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it was good stuff. Give it a try. Yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, we have The Mandalorian, episode 7 and 8.
Yes.
So we'll talk about episode 7.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, big old spoilers for the last few episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
So, episode 7, called The Spies, sparked a lot of debate online.
Yes.
Exactly about who the fuck those spies are.
Because it's spies, plural.
This is a thing that will become relevant later.
So, this episode's called Spies, plural. The episode starts out showing that Imperial officer who's...
Kang.
What's her name? And she's like... For the New Republic, but she's actually...
Kang's the guy from the one place. What was her name? I don't remember. I think it's Kang.
She is a double agent, still working for Moff Gideon. So, right off the bat, shows one spy. Then you go through the whole episode, and you're just like, okay, so they decide to go...
And then we see... Hold on. We got to talk about the secret council. We can't just blow past that.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Secret
very
Council.
important.
Yeah, the Secret... I forgot about that. Secret Council has all the other remnants, warlords.
Fucking cool.
Yes, that they're
and
all...
it's very reminiscent of, like, Operation Cinder, if you've watched the Battlefront 2 story or played through it, where it's like, ooh, secret mission at the end. And so, yeah, you see all of these guys. You see Hux's daddy.
Yep.
And then Moff Gideon's like, yo, share your resources.
Well, because Pelion keeps talking about Thrawn's return.
Yes.
And Moff Gideon's
shout
like...
out to Pelion. Like, that was a Legends character they brought back.
And then, like, they're all like... Moff Gideon's like, my secrets are my stock in trade.
Yeah.
I hear from one edge to the galaxy to the other of nothing about Thrawn's return. And he's like, we should pick new leadership. And as backboneless as the Empire is, they're all like, here, yeah, okay. Well, like,
yeah, it was just kind of like A New Hope. Like in that scene where they're all arguing amongst themselves.
Yeah, like...
It was very reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Like, they're basically the leaders of the Empire now.
Yep.
Because there is no fucking Emperor.
Yeah.
Well, but also kind of, because they do mention Project Necromancer.
Which is Snoke. Ugh. Whatever.
And then, we'll come back to clones in a little bit.
And then, so then it goes to, like, the fleet going to Navarro.
And they do their cool parade, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom, boom,
and then they all decide like to go back to Mandalore, and they go back to Mandalore, and they find some survivors,
some pirates,
and
they're like, "What? How did you live?" And they're like, "We did it.
We did." And then they go to the Great Forge.
And they get fucked up.
And then there's Imperial jet troopers. They're all wearing Beskar armor, so it makes it a little bit more difficult as your average.
You might wonder, where did they get all the Beskar armor? So this was the big thing. Episode 7 sparked a big debate online. Who is the spy?
Who's the other spy? Because it's called Spies.
Yes.
They revealed one spy.
And so we had, Axe Woves, kind of a little red herring. Like, he didn't get along with Bo-Katan. He tried to steal the fleet. Maybe he's working with Moff Gideon. Then we have the armor. There's a big old list that you can go and find of sketchy things about the armor.
Yeah, like everybody thought the armor has been working with Moff Gideon
the whole time.
Because in episode 1, she gets surrounded by stormtroopers and gets out of it alive.
And
does she make a deal? I don't know.
And so that's kind of the whole thing, is the spies. And she's also probably Rook cast. We didn't find out for sure, unfortunately. She never took off her helmet.
Yeah. So, and then they get chased along, and then
the pirates. Maybe they were spies, because you didn't notice random TIE fighters coming and going? Like...
Yeah. So there's lots of things that could be the spies, and then they keep. And sorry about that. And then they go fight they're in the Great Forge, and they get chased into the thing, and it's like nobody's noticing that it looks like an Imperial base. And they get cut off. They're fighting. Moff Gideon's in his new Dark Trooper thing, making his speeches.
And it's got like cybernetic enhancements,
Yeah.
which is neat. And it's also got maul horns.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah. Because...
Well, I guess not, though.
That doesn't matter.
It turned out not to be important at all.
It meant nothing.
But maybe it will. That's the thing. Maybe it will. Maybe they're saving it.
I don't know.
That could totally be part of like the season 4 script. So let's move on to episode 8. So basically, the end of the episode...
Paz Vizsla dies.
Yeah, Paz Vizsla sacrifices himself. He
Praetorian Guard.
Yeah, the Praetorian Guards show up and they're fucking cool.
Yeah.
Again. Like, when I saw The Last Jedi the first time, that's probably the best scene of the whole movie, is with the Praetorian Guards. As you break it down, yes. Are they doing some silly shit in the background that makes them look stupid if you slow it down? Yes. But do you watch the movie slowed down? No, it looked cool. Okay. Yeah. So I like that scene still. That's my favorite of the sequel movies, is The Last Jedi.
Yes.
So then, so we got these Praetorian Guards. They're cool as hell. And that was another thing Moff Gideon asked for in the small council. He's like, I want 3 Praetorian Guards, yo.
And bombers. So, okay, then we fast forward to episode 8.
Yeah. And then they captured Din.
Yeah, captured Din. Fast forward. Okay, now you're just right into the action. Like, takes place right after. And Din Djarin escapes.
One big problem with this finale episode, they have all of the jetpack fuel.
Yeah, all the jetpack fuel. In the episode The Foundling, they run out of jetpack fuel. In this episode, they just have unlimited amount.
All of the jetpack fuel.
Yeah, because they're flying everywhere up into space.
Yeah.
Like across the planet.
I wouldn't call it up into space.
Into the atmosphere.
Above the clouds.
Above the clouds. I mean, it's just crazy. Din Djarin gets loose. Then it has that moment of like, Grogu, you need to be brave, kind of thing.
Like, we're about to face some shit.
Yeah, we have to go face Moff Gideon, or it's never.
And they almost did like a John Wick-esque like hallway fight.
Yeah.
With with the jet troopers.
Jet troopers.
They're really just Mandalorian super commandos, basically.
Yeah, basically. But and then we go through the hallway scene, and R5 helps them, and
asteroids lead a revolt.
Yeah, and then he does each barrier comes down and he kicks the ass.
There's level 1, and then there's level 2. They have shields and woomy sticks now, and it's like, ooh. And it was like a video game.
Yeah.
I was like, here's level 1, here's level 2, and there's random holes in the floor because it's Star Wars.
Yep, no railing, just falls down to your death.
Good old Imperial construction.
Yep, big holes in the ground that just go plummet to your death.
Yep.
And then he gets past all that stuff, and then you find this next room.
It's the command center.
No, in this next room are a bunch of clones.
And I was like, oh, wow, Snoke clones. And then,
No, Moff Gideon clones.
Moff Gideon clones.
That he cloned himself with the clone material of Grogu to have Force-sensitive...
with the Force.
Force-sensitive Dark Troopers to have the new Dark Trooper armor be unstoppable army. But Din Djarin just pushes some buttons and they all explode, so it's like not a big deal.
Why is there an explode button on the control panel?
Like what if you accidentally hit the explode button on it? Like what was like that whole design in that whole thing? Like what a moment of you trying to clone yourself or produce something that you're going to need a destruction button.
I don't know.
So that happened.
But yeah, he shattered all the glass. But I don't understand. Weren't they ready? Because the one opened its eyes.
I mean, they were probably, like, right there, like, ready. Like, I think they were ready. Like, I think they were just going to open them up.
Now that they got rid of, like, probably the Bacta, it's, like, no good.
Yeah.
Clones are no good anymore.
Yeah. But all this, like, build-up for cloning and all this stuff through all the episodes and, like, Moff Gideon who wanted to clone himself or create the perfect army and stuff ended in 3 seconds of just the explode button. That's, I mean... So much build up for such a little like blip of the episode.
Right.
And then Moff Gideon's all like, my clones would have been perfect and they never got to draw their first breath.
He's like, you killed them.
You killed them.
They would have had the Force.
And at this time, there's like big fights going on with like more jet troopers and whatever.
Yeah, the Mandalorians are trying to get to the. So Axe is now on the ship. He's trying to get the reinforcements to go to the Gauntlets, so they can go reinforce Din Djarin and Bo-Katan.
Well, they're there now at this moment.
Right.
So there's a big sky battle with them. You know, in the cave thing, they're all jet.
That is
around.
the coolest scene out of the whole thing.
You got the armor hitting people with the hammer while flying around, and
Bo-Katan's flying around with the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, that bit, it really felt like we were in a Marvel movie for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it was just a big fight, and you're like, it's action.
Yeah. And Din Djarin's fighting Moff Gideon, getting his ass kicked, and the Praetorian guards come out and start almost to kill him.
And
then
like
Grogu.
Captain America fighting Captain America.
And Grogu comes out, and then the Praetorian guards go after him.
And then he's doing his little Luke Skywalker jumps.
Yeah, he's just jumping around, and Din Djarin kicks their ass, and he does some force
Which
here
was
and there.
sick.
Yeah.
Din Djarin just made some work of these Praetorian guards.
Yep, stabbed them.
Which is crazy, because those guys are ultra trained. You got to see that their armor's tougher this time than normal plastoid.
Yeah.
Because they eat some shots from blasters and don't have
bunch of
blaster holes.
Yeah. It was a good scene. And then, like, at this moment when he's trying to save Grogu, Bo-Katan's fighting Moff Gideon with the Darksaber, and he has, like, a Beskar spear, shock spear.
Yeah, kind of like the Praetorian guards.
Yeah. And, you know, things happen, and Grogu's safe.
He breaks the Darksaber.
Yeah, he breaks the Darksaber. He's all like, you guys are useless without your trinkets. And then, like, as this is all happening, Axe Wolves is, like, flying the light cruiser into this base. And, like, they all scoot together and, like, try to, like, brace for this big explosion. And it's big fireball. And you're like, oh, everybody's dead. No.
Yeah, because Moff Gideon goes,
yeah,
in the fire.
In the fire, it gets burned up.
But we don't see the body.
You don't see. But
I don't
before that, you got Grogu using the Force.
He creates the Force barrier.
Force barrier.
Kind of like season 1, like the last episode.
Saves them. Great. Awesome.
Also Moff Gideon.
But after that scene, they clearly do a pullback scene where Moff Gideon was clearly standing and there's no charred body.
Yeah.
Like, he's not there. So, I mean, also, you have to think about it. He was, like, in a complete Dark Trooper cyber suit.
Yeah, I mean, Din Djarin got blasted with a flamethrower I don't know how many times in this episode, which is just fine.
Yeah, and he was just wearing regular, like, clothes and Beskar, where he was wearing a Dark Trooper suit. So, who knows?
It is also just Beskar.
And
see, to me, that
but I'm talking about
that confirmed
his body glove was different.
Yeah, a little bit.
It could have been stronger. Who knows? But like Gavin said when we were watching it, until I actually see his head get chopped off,
nope,
I don't believe that Moff Gideon's alive.
They just keep playing this game with him, and it's fine. But I wish I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think this is the best season of The Mandalorian. And honestly, I know they're going to make this Mandoverse movie now. We know what we know because of the Star Wars Celebration. Jon Favreau's written a season 4, but it really doesn't need it.
No, because how it ends, it all ends with like...
He gets his plot of land on Navarro. He starts working with the New Republic as a independent contractor bodyguard. He's signed up to basically go hunt down these other Imperial warlords. And he's just kicking back, and then Grogu's floating a little frog, and he adopted Grogu.
Yeah, he adopted Grogu.
Oh, and Grogu connected with the...
Mythosaur.
With the the Force.
So, I mean, and then this episode ended. So it ended where, like, okay, so if there's not a season 4...
This is the perfect ending.
This is the perfect ending. If there's a season 4, they can pick it up. Jon Favreau already says he has a script written for season 4, but Disney has not confirmed that they're going to do a season 4 because I think they're going to do they're going to do the movie because they're going to do some Ahsoka series, and all these things are going to tie into like.
Because that's really what this season did. Not only did it like wrap up the story of Din Djarin the Mandalorian, it also wrapped up, or it also set up the Ahsoka series because we got Zeb, we got all this talk of Thrawn, a little more background about the secret Shadow Council.
Yeah. So yeah.
So some things this season did really well were like world building to fill in some of the gaps of the sequels. We got to see, Hux a little bit. We got to know
Or
that,
Daddy Hux.
yeah, Daddy Hux, which is Donald Gleason's brother, which is really cool. We got to see. I really liked the episode with Pershing.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It was very like Blade Runner-y, and when Star Wars goes Blade Runner, I like it. And then the same thing with the episode with Jack Black and Lizzo.
Yeah.
Very Blade Runner feel to that.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
So just good stuff all the way through. The actual landing, it was cool. Like we got cool moments. It was a little weird. While the jetpack fight scene was cool, it just felt a little out of place.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also we haven't seen anything like that in Star Wars before, so that was kind of the first time.
We see a lot in Rebels. Like
yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, like whenever
there's a lot of that in Rebels.
A lot of that in Rebels. So
but not quite on that scale.
Not on that scale, but it's Dave Filoni. He wrote Rebels, so you think he's gonna? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make this live action, bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And we got to see Dave Filoni.
Yeah, he was in it.
He had his
hat on.
Yeah, well, that, but also the Rebel pilot garb.
Yeah.
He's just Rebel pilot, Dave Filoni, cowboy hat.
Yep. It was good stuff. So, yep, that's it. I think, right?
Yeah, I mean we're at the end of the rope here. A little bit shorter episode this week.
It's fine because we only have an hour and 15 minutes left of the recording time. So, thank you for listening. We very appreciate it. Please go to any of our other social medias and YouTube and like us there and subscribe to that. And if you really enjoy what we do, because we spend a lot of time to try to produce content that is exciting and fun for you guys, and you guys want to be a part of that, creating content, go to our Patreon and become a Ginger Brew. That's only $1 a month. You get exclusive content and you get choices on what we get to do. And we want to thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
And as always, bye-bye.
Everybody on YouTube, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.